Be blessed by the divine. May the Almighty force and our Guru protect us, guide us, lead us, support us day and night at all times, in all places, and in all our duties. Could you please confirm if you can hear me loud and clear? Hello? Am I loud and clear? All right. Thank you. Okay. Today, let's look at what happened in the market. Yesterday, I had told you that the market will be choppy today. Okay, why did I tell you that? Let's look at today's horoscope 25/03/2025 at the start of the market at 9:15 a.m. in Mumbai location. You would find that moon had started the day in Shravana Nakshatra in Capricorn. Moon in Shravana Nakshatra in Capricorn at the start of the day, 9:15 a.m. I have been studying the market from an astrology perspective, and I have taught it to my students several times in the past. When moon transits over moon's own nakshatra, okay, unless some other planet is strongly bullish and ruling over moon, the market will invariably be choppy. Okay, this is around 70 to 80% of the time true, right? Not always 100% of the time true because of this some other planet causing the issue. I don't know why it is happening. There are three moon stars. Moon nakshatras are of three. One is Rohini nakshatra, the other one is Hasta nakshatra, third one is Shravana nakshatra. So there are three nakshatras that we are keenly interested in. Okay. Now today the day started with moon transiting over moon's Shravana nakshatra. Now, whenever we find this particular condition, market remains choppy. Now, let's look at how the market had been choppy. Let's take the 1 hour chart. We have been studying 1 hour chart for a while now, so we will continue to look at the 1 hour chart and see how the whole thing is looking like. Okay, the day started with about 96.25 point up. So it opened at 23,751, went up to 23,869, and there was selling pressure there. And the market went within the first 1 hour, went to the low of 23,664.90 and closed at 23,770. And since then, the market has been going down from 10:15 to 11:15, minus 69 point. 11:15 to 12:15 basically did nothing, just 1 hour of minus 8 point. And then 12:15 to 1:15, 17 point. Then actually it went up by 63.9 point. And then it again dropped that from 2:15 to 3:15. And in the last 15 minutes, it dropped another 64.35 minutes, 35 points. So overall, if you really see the market, Nifty had fallen by 52.40 points. Naturally, we expected something like that to happen. And in a way, this is a good news for us. We were prepared. If you have been following our work, my work, you would have been very prepared for today that the market was going to be choppy today, and you would not have taken a long position today. You would have waited for the market to correct. Perhaps towards the end of the day, you would have considered taking a long position. Until then, a long position was not really warranted, although we have clearly seen that the 20-day moving average has been going up, and we have also seen the 50-day moving average has been going up from a MA MA cross perspective. We have had a golden crossover somewhere here on 18th of March around 11:15 a.m. We have had a golden crossover on a 1 hour chart. So we are talking a 1 hour chart here on Nifty, and we are still not seeing anything exceptional with the 1 day chart. If you look at the 1 day chart, we are still seeing Nifty 50-day average here and a 20-day average somewhere below this. It is trying to go up naturally because the last 7, 8 trading days it has really been up, but still we do not see a MA crossover. And on a daily uh, ADX level, if you look at the Nifty. Nifty is at 26.20. Yesterday it was 24.65. Today, even though the market actually down by a few points, it had really not been a bad market. Okay. It had ADX had been going up to 26.20. Okay. 26.20. I hope this is correct. 52.40 here, but this is showing a plus 10.30, ended in 26,605, whereas here the closure is 26,608. Something is wrong with this particular chart. I don't think this is an accurate chart as such, but nevertheless there seems to be a, let me just refresh the screen. See, all kinds of errors are seen here. So there is a bug in the software. So 26 is the correct one. Let's go back to the hourly chart because that's what we are tracking very clearly here. Okay. So we knew that it was not going to be a very bullish day today, even though the trend has been bullish. And on an hourly chart, we have seen that it was fairly high in terms of RSI. Even on a daily chart, the RSI has been in an oversold position. And we wanted it to cool off, and we preferred that the market should come and touch our 20-day moving average. So this is where we wanted it to come and touch. If it had touched here, then we know that this is going to be a pretty good support line for Nifty, and eventually it will bounce back from here. Of course, this candle looks very bullish, very bearish. It looks a very dangerously bearish candle on a 1 hour chart. Even this looked bearish. There seems to have been no buying support as such on this. That is because the last 2 minutes or last 3 minutes, the market fell. So this is the Nifty futures that you see. You will see the volume. There has been 126,000 volume, which is a red candle, and there is a 141,000 fall, but there has been practically not much of a buying support here. Okay, so this is a huge selling pressure, but that happened at around 324. So you don't really expect, this is a adjustment that is taking place, end of the day adjustment that is taking place. So we don't want to read too much into the last two candle, but nevertheless, we know from a 1 hour perspective, this is actually a decent entry point. So if you look at where the 20 moving average is sitting, it is sitting around 23,500 370. The market closed at around 23,605. Let me write all of that here so that we understand this clearly. Okay, let me write that here for us. 23,570 is the 20 period moving average on a 1 hourly time chart. Okay, 1 hour time frame, right? That's all we are interested in. Now, where is the Nifty currently? Nifty closed at 23,605.95. Let's say 23,606. So this is just a 36 point closure. Very close to this is sitting here. Now, fair enough. Okay. Now we had mentioned our trading plan. Our trade setup was very simple. On a 1 hour, which is our, what is it, the daily, this is the scalping trading, or not even a scalping, I will say day trading, day trade setup on Nifty, right? Okay, screen one. On a 1 hourly chart, we have seen that the MA20 is above MA50, showing bullishness. Then we have also seen that the ADX on a 1 hourly chart, what has been the ADX here? 68.52. Okay, we know that anything more than 25 is bullish. So on a 1 hourly time chart, we are seeing Nifty being bullish on a MA crossover, and in ADX, we are seeing 68.52. In fact, I will say this is strongly bullish, not extremely strongly. I will say anything above 70 would have been extremely strongly. 25 plus is mildly bullish. 40 plus or 50 plus is, reasonably bullish. Above 70 is extremely bullish. So 50 to 70 will be strongly bullish, I will say, or 60 to 70 will be strongly bullish. You decide whichever that you think is meaningful for you to look at. But around 70 is fairly strongly bullish market. Now, ATR is at 85.33. So we can enter at this point of time by CE. What CE we need to buy? 23,606. So therefore, 23,600 CE, right? And what is the stop loss for us? Stop loss will be whatever is the price minus 85.33. Nifty is at 23,570. So therefore, when it reaches 23,485, okay, we exit. This is our stop loss. We key in the stop loss and we keep it there. Now, is the market going to be bearish tomorrow? Right. Moon. Let's analyze the moon for us to understand where the moon is going to be. Let's push this up a little bit so that you can see it on the screen. Let's collapse the RSI, not really interested. Okay, so we know that this is what we have seen as an analysis for today. So let's now look at the market as of astrologically what's going to happen tomorrow. Let's draw the chart for tomorrow, 26th of March 2025. Moon would have transited into Dhanishta Nakshatra, which is a Mars Nakshatra. Mars is a hugely favorable planet for Nifty. Mars is an important planet for Nifty 50. Okay, in fact, all Indian stock market, this is hugely important. And the last time before Mars went into retrograde, okay, when did it go into retrograde? Before um, November, but then before that, August, September time frame, when Mars was transiting into Gemini around 2740 degrees, which is where Mars is going to be tomorrow. It is in Punarvasu Nakshatra, Gemini 2740-45. When something very similar was there, market was bullish. Okay, this was in August time frame, September time frame, when the market was bullish. So it is reasonable to assume that market is going to be bullish. So tomorrow's market, I will put it like this. Tomorrow's market will be buy on dips. Okay, astrologically, okay, we believe that tomorrow, 26th March 2025, we could experience buy on dips market. If there is a dip, there will be a strong buying support. Unlike today, where there was only minor buy on dip support, market actually went down by minus 40 point or so, and it closed, which is not really bad, which is actually good. It gives us a strong entry point. Now, let us validate this from a technical perspective. We don't want to just conclude based on astrology. We must have a solid technical basis on this. Okay. All right. Now let us look at this. We will talk about Sensex in a minute from now. Okay. Let's load up our. Let me just open another chart and let's look at the same chart, Nifty 50 chart on a 15 minutes basis. Okay. Now we are interested in perhaps some kind of a day trading tomorrow. Right. On a 15 minutes basis, we find this is screen number two. So remember, this is screen number two we are interested in. So here we saw screen number. Actually, we can do it here itself in screen number. If you look at this screen right here, okay, we can close ADX, we can close ATR, and we are seeing screen number two. Okay, right. So we are seeing this, we have seen this, and we have seen ATR. We have our trade plan for tomorrow. Okay, this is a stop loss we have written. So we know that astrologically the market is likely to be bullish or buy on dips market tomorrow. Now we go to screen two, which is a 15-minute chart. Here we look at RSI. We want to be on the long side. That is, we want to buy an options because we are seeing that the market is strongly bullish. When the market is strongly bullish, we will be on the long side. But will I enter? Will I definitely buy this? That needs to be confirmed by looking at the RSI. RSI we are taking at the 15-minute chart. 1 hour we checked the trend. We know it is a strong bullish, but on a 15 minutes chart, we have to check the RSI. The last candle here brought the RSI all the way down to 11.2, 11.99. 12 it came to. Superb, superb. Okay, fantastic. We are excited. So it is 12. RSI, this is 4-period RSI. Why am I taking 4-period RSI? Because the market, we analyze the 1-hour trend chart, and we are now analyzing 15 minutes volatility chart. So 4 into 15 minutes is 60 minutes. Therefore, I will look at RSI 4. I won't look at RSI 14. I will look at RSI 4 is actually less than 12, which means the market is on a 15 minutes chart oversold. Brilliant. Now I am ready to take a trade. Okay, I'm ready to take a trade. But the market is closing. Market is just closed. Will I take a risk right now on buying it at this level and expect the market to have a strong gap up tomorrow? Now, remember that Indian stock market, okay, Indian stock market. In fact, most of the stock markets are like this. You are vulnerable to gap up or gap down. Okay, gap up or gap down. Now, let's analyze what happens. If it is a flat market opening today, so this is a option 1. If there is a flat opening tomorrow, wait until I see a 3-minute strong bullish candle. Then buy 23,600 CE. I'm ready for the trade. If it is a strong gap up opening, okay, then I don't have a trade. I will wait until I see the Nifty spot comes back to touching the 1-hour MA20 trend line. Okay, this is 1 hour. And 15 minutes RSI falling below 30. Then 3 minutes. This is screen 3. Okay, in screen 3, in 3 minutes, I should see a bullish candle. This is my goal for tomorrow. Now, if it is a gap down opening, all right, wait again. I know that the RSI on a 15-minute candle is already way below 12, which is great because tomorrow, if it is again gap down, the RSI will go down even further. It can remain down for the whole day tomorrow also. I have no idea how it is going to be. Okay. But the chances of this happening astrologically is less, and chances of it happening technically is also little less. Either there is going to be a flat open and then market will go up. There is going to be a buy on dip astrologically. If there is a gap down opening, wait for a 3-minute bullish candle. Then buy 23,600 CE. Unless I see volumes are against me tomorrow. Now, how do I decide volume? Okay. So far, we have analyzed all of this. Let's now go to the SENSEX, just for us to understand how SENSEX is going to work for us as such. All right. Now we have seen that the market actually went up from the morning. So let me actually go down a longer time frame, say 15 minutes time frame. Okay. On a 15 minutes time frame, the market opened gap up by around 245 points, and then it went up by another 185 points, went up by 266 points. So that is like almost a 1% gap up within about 945, and then it fell 301 point. At this level, when the market has fallen by 301 point, it's important to study the volume. Is it falling with volume? Is it falling without volume? So take a look at the volume in the, why am I studying the Nifty chart? Why am I not studying the spot chart? I am looking at Nifty futures. Reason is Nifty spot is not tradable. Okay, Nifty spot is not tradable. Now, if I look at the Nifty spot, the market has not actually fallen with volume. It did not fall with volume. If you see here in this candle here at around 10 o'clock, the volume is right here in this bottom. It is only 104. Okay, and then again we see 122, 184. The market went up, and then it is a slightly bigger candle at around 1036 at 196,000. So clearly, we can see that the market has not fallen today with volume at all, except for the last, 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so. Even that 10 minutes, it's not a huge volume on Nifty. Anything more than 125,000 is a very strong volume candle on a 3-minute candle. So this is not showing a highly bearish grip in the market. This appears to be more like some long people who have held the positions have actually profited from that high, and they have just wound up their position. Long unwinding has happened mildly. Okay, it's not a huge volume of the futures bet that has gotten out, but only a minor volume that seems to have gotten out for the day. So it's not a panic situation in the market. I do not see this is a good indication that the Sensex today, it was an expiry game. So clearly today the big players played a Sensex expiry game. Okay, common traders were left out of the game. They profited. Okay, the big players, whoever they are, profited from small traders. This is the actual name of the game. The name of the game is big players will profit, small players will be left out. I have no idea who they are. I don't want to know. I'm here to just warn you that you are just mere bakras. Okay, the traders are treated as animals, which is why we have the name bulls and bears, and we have the name goats, bakras. These are all words that the stock market used. In fact, the US stock market is referred to as Wall Street. You must do a Google search on why it was called as the Wall Street, because animals were left near the wall long ago. Okay, before the stock market came into New York. Okay, and you will find that this is treated like animals. So you are treated like a bakra, you are treated like a goat, sacrificial goat. The big players need money to be made. And if they make around 2% a month, they are like, wow, amazing. That's all they are interested in. Okay, you and I are expecting to double our money every month, but that is certainly not the interest of the big players. They are interested in 1 to 2%. They are very happy with that 1 to 2%, and they will use a day like this to profit from you and go. So, fair enough. Now, how am I also? Is there another way by which I can check the data? Now take a look at Nifty OI, open interest. Open interest says that there is a buyer, there is a seller. Okay, they sign a contract. One person says, I will buy. Another person says, I will sell. Right? If the volume is so high on the buyer side, then the market will keep going up. If the volume is high on the buyer seller side, then there will be more intensity of pressure that has come in. Now you can see that many people have unwinded their position today. Okay, if you take a look at this, when the market started at around Let's take 9:30 in the morning. Okay, 9:30, 9:35, 9:20 in the morning, there were 21 lakh people who were saying, okay, I don't think the market is going to be a bullish market today. I bet that it will go down. But then it changed. Around 9:50, 11 lakh people came in and said, hey, I think the market is going to go up from here. And they stayed on, and it went up to about 1.1, 1.3 crore people bet on it. But eventually, at around 11 o'clock, it became negative once again. That means the market was going to go down. But once again, you would find around 12 o'clock, again, it attempted to recover a little bit. But again, we saw that the market remained sideways and slightly recovered. And towards the end, there were many people who joined and said that, okay, I expect the market to go bearish tomorrow. So therefore, I am opening position to become the bears for tomorrow. Now, there were people who are trading on the 27th March 2025 expiry. Who are those people and what are their position? Let's look at their positional data. Now, the positional data will show the position of the traders, the bulls and the bears for tomorrow. As of 3:30 p.m., 2 crore 11 lakh 07 950 contracts are open, saying that the market will go up tomorrow. So what has happened? The Sensex was used as an expiry mechanism to unwind and profit and exit in some of the positions today, while there are many traders, more than 2.11 crore contracts are open as contracts for bullish momentum tomorrow. So, to in summary, even though the Sensex has really shed a little bit of their weight today, if you look at the Sensex today, it actually had dropped around 206 points today. There has been a decent buying support. If you look at the next week, 1st April 2025, there has been a mild bearish closure by end of the day. It doesn't matter. Compared to Nifty, the OI data and Sensex is very less. It will change. From the month of April and May, you will find that this 2 crore people who are trading on Nifty will shift to Sensex because Nifty is moving to a Monday expiry, which is a terrible expiry day because nobody wants to keep their positions open over the weekend. 2 day of closure, the time value will erode. Nobody will want to do. Monday punting will be extremely volatile from now on. The markets will be super volatile. So today, clearly, we are seeing that the Tuesday, we are seeing a Sensex expiry. Again, the volume on Sensex will be, if you look at today's volume, 25th of March, we don't see a crores and crores of contract. We are still seeing 50 lakh, 20 lakh, 30 lakh kind of a contract compared to the Nifty, where we are seeing 2 crore, 3 crore contract open on a positional data. Here, clearly, that level of interest is not there in trading in Sensex. And therefore, I prefer to look at the Nifty chart to take a trade on Sensex. I hope this is clear to you. So this is the summary of what has happened astrologically and what is likely to happen in this tomorrow. And of course, am I going to be super bullish on the market going forward? No, I will not be. The reason is if I go to a daily chart, I'm finding that on the daily chart, the 20 period moving average is lower than the 50 period moving average. That means I'm still seeing some kind of a bearish sentiment prevailing. Plus, I take a look at ADX, which is a support index for me and which is slightly, just slightly turned bullish. It has just crossed over 25. So maybe it is still a bullish momentum going forward, but it is not greatly bullish yet until I see a golden crossover of the 50-day chart, 20-day period go crossing above the 50-day period. I will not want to believe that we have seeing a bullish market. This is a recovery, no doubt about it. Mercury retrogradation has created that recovery, which is great. So trade carefully, make sure that you consult a trading professional, make sure that you talk to your investment advisor. I am not here to tell you which one to buy, which one to sell, and which one to trade in. This is strictly for informational and educational purposes only. Okay. So I do hope that you protect your capital and succeed in every part of your trade going forward. Be blessed by the divine. Okay. Any questions if you have, please feel free to raise your hands. Any questions? Anyone? Okay, guys, so enjoy yourself. I will bring the summary for tomorrow. I hope this is useful to you. If it is useful to you, I will share the recording of this video in our Telegram and WhatsApp group. If you are like to share it with our friends, feel free to share it. If you'd like to follow our channel on YouTube, please do that. And every day I will try to bring in the commentary at the end of the day and also give you how you can trade with a much better trading setup for the next day. Okay. Tomorrow we will talk about some stocks. Okay. I will try and bring some commentary on some of the individual stocks, apply the same concept on some of the stocks. Okay. Take care. Good night. Be blessed by the divine. Good day. Take care. Be blessed. Good luck.